Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News. 97.3 Citi FM. This is the Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studio at Adabraka here in Accra. I am Charles Osukumi. Coming up in this edition, Volta River Authority seeks 59% hike in its bulk generation charge.
We are requesting the PLC to increase the current or existing tariff of a 59% increase of generation tariff for VRA.
Meanwhile, Utility Review Hearing Committee warns the country may soon import water as illegal mining activities continue to pollute water sources.
In no time, Ghana will be water poor. Water poor where water might be imported. And in that state, we will create vulnerabilities for the vulnerable.
Still ahead on the Citi Prime News, possible health crisis in Disa, a community in the Daboya district of the Savannah region, as an immunization exercise for livestock leads to the deaths of the animals.
Went to Cote d'Ivoire and brought somebody to come and immunize their animals. After the immunization, the farmers realized that some of their animals were dying.
And later, abandoned toll booths along the Kaswa Highway and the Tema Motorway deteriorate into shelters for mentally challenged persons.
Especially in the night, then you might see someone in there and then you feel like maybe there's going to be an attack, like a thief or something. So it's not safe. The security must do something about it.
All that and more coming up on the Citi Prime News, which is heard live around the world on citinewsroom.com. It is also live on our partner stations. In the Western region, we're on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky Power 93.5 FM, both in Takrady. In the Bono region, we're on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyai. In the Ashanti region, we're on Adrimpa 99.5 FM in Nkara. In the Volta region, we're heard live on Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohoi and Freedom 88.1 FM in Sogakope.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for your time this afternoon. Let's get straight into the bulletin, and we begin with the Volta River Authority. It has submitted a proposal to the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission seeking approval for a 59% increase in its bulk generation charge. VRA argues that without the increase, sustaining reliable generation and meeting operational obligations will be difficult. Here is Senior Economic Analyst at VRA, Evans Sumwamensa, presenting the proposal at the public hearing.
We want to say that in Akusumo, PRC should give us a 932 kilowatt per month for Akusumo, and then for Bong, 1,200 per month for Bong. So our justification for a tariff increase, we are saying that we want to recover the cost of our power supply to the distribution companies and also recover the cost of transmission, and also be compensated for the provision of ancillary services to the National Interconnected System. So we want to say that we are requesting the PLC to increase the current or existing tariff BGC of 45 Ghana pesos to 71.8 kilowatts Ghana pesos per kilowatt hour, which represents a 59% increase of generation tariff for VRA, and the respective disco tariffs are also outlined.
You heard Evans Sumwamensa, a senior economic analyst at the Volta River Authority. Now, at the same event, ahead of the Utility Review Hearing Committee, Nanaya Jantua has warned that Ghana could be forced to import water in the near future if illegal mining is not curbed. She cautioned that ongoing illegal mining activities are polluting water bodies, posing a threat to both domestic supply and industrial use. Speaking at that public hearing on utility tariffs proposal here in Accra, Nana Ajantua says the trend, if not reversed, will leave consumers and businesses facing severe cost in accessing clean water.
When the ES was speaking, he said something about the Ghana water tariff proposal being higher than most of the utilities. We have an issue at hand and everybody knows what it is, and that is Galamsey. Because of Galamsey, the Ghana Water Company has a lot of issues with the water that they have to process for us to use. In no time, Ghana will be water poor. Water poor where water might be imported. And in that stead, we will create vulnerabilities for the vulnerable because the poor cannot buy water from abroad. So as the media, I think it is time for us, all of us, to come together and remove the politics from the fight of Galamsey, so that together we make it okay for everybody. The future is blue for water provision and quality in this nation, and we need to take it seriously. Chemicals that were hitherto used, which were reasonable in price, are not being used as effectively anymore. We need to escalate to higher ones, but it can be changed.
Nanaya Jantua is head of the Utility Review Hearing Committee. Let's now head to the Savannah region. There's a disturbing story coming out of that region. A high number of cattle deaths have been reported in Disa, in the North Gunja district, following what is alleged to be an overdose vaccination by an Ivorian in the area. North Gunja district environmental health officer Mary Adam tells Citi News the community alerted authorities about the incident, prompting a team to be dispatched to investigate. She adds that investigations on the ground revealed that a farmer had invited an Ivorian to vaccinate his cattle, which led to the deaths of several animals in the area.
My officer and the veterinary officer with Ministry of Health, they rushed to the scene, and actually it was true. And according to the sources and the investigation that we carried on, they said a farmer, when you are rearing or you are farming, we call all of you farmers. That the farmers went to Cote d'Ivoire and brought somebody to come and immunize their animals. After the immunization, the farmers realized that some of their animals were dying. So they couldn't believe it. And according to them, that the incident happened, the immunization was done on Friday. And Saturday, Sunday, the deaths too took place. So they brought some of the dead carcass to the Boya slaughterhouse, which the butcher themselves called. So we rushed to the scene and saw that it's true.
Now, the district's environmental health officer also adds that public announcements were made to prevent people from consuming the dead cattle. The warnings were extended to nearby districts and towns, urging vigilance in local abattoirs.
That information, public announcement was made immediately to educate the people that this is what has happened at Disa. And we believe that some of the animals will leak into the boy, they'll sell to the food. So we told them that the vaccine that killed that animal can equally kill a human being. So when they get such animal, they shouldn't patronize with it, they should inform us.
Mary Adam is North Gunja District Environmental Health Officer in the Savannah region. We're joined by our Savannah regional correspondent, Malik Ghazari, for more on this. Malik, good afternoon to you. What more do we know about this latest disaster in the Gunja district?
Yes, Charles, currently the district environmental health director indicated to me that they were a team who have also visited the site or the area. So I would like for her to share with us what have there been any results so far, and what is really happening after their visit? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Please, we just heard this morning we spoke to us that a team to have been dispatched to ascertain another cause of the problem and give update. What is the current update?
The current update, the ones actually monitored, and the result was that all the animals that were vaccinated later, they were all still alive. No any death has been recorded. So now we pray that most of the animals are now alive. Yes, no any death.
So with the looking at what really transpired, will it say that it's by the expiration of the vaccine or it's an overdose of the vaccine?
To me, like I earlier on mentioned to you, that on that part is the veterinary officer that will have the details. The expiring of the vaccine and what else. I already told you that environmental, we don't vaccinate. We only carry out postmortem, and the veterinary, they always carry out antemortem. And when it comes to vaccination, it's the veterinary. So as for that part, the veterinary will have much to talk. But what I know is that the situation has been controlled. Yes.
Looking at the residents, are they safe to purchase any meat at the abattoir?
Currently, no. No. We won't allow that because we are still on monitoring. We have to monitor and see that actually the situation is now at the control level before we can now allow any animal to be sold in the slaughterhouse. Currently, only goat and sheep that they are selling. But as for bova, we say no.
Yes, Charles, this is just the voice of the District Environmental Health Director for North Gunja District, Adam Mary. This is the current update she has for our listeners.
All right, I'm grateful to you, Malik Gazari, our Savannah regional correspondent, reporting from the Savannah region that a high number of cattle deaths have been reported in Disa, in the North Gunja district, following what is alleged to be an overdose vaccination by an Ivorian in the area. Well, the environmental health officers in that district are advising against the purchase of meat from the various abattoirs in the district. So we'll be following up on this story and we'll be updating you as and when the updates come to us. Let's still stay in the Savannah region. Interior Minister Mohammed Mubarak Muntaka has inaugurated a 7-member mediation committee to draw up a roadmap for peace in Bunyiri in that region. The recent conflict in Bunyiri and nearby communities has claimed lives, left many injured, and forced residents to flee to neighboring regions and across the border into Cote d'Ivoire. Addressing the committee, the Interior Minister says it has 1 month to submit its report.
The disturbances quickly spread to surrounding villages and communities, leaving in their wake the loss of precious lives, the destruction of property, and the displacement of men, women, and children who were forced to flee their homes. In response and acting upon the Director of the National Security Council, the Ministry of Interior has constituted this Ministerial Mediation Committee. The committee reflects government's commitment to peace, security, and social cohesion, as well as our resolve to ensure the safe return, rehabilitation, and reintegration of all affected residents. Your work as a committee are outlined in your terms of reference. It's critical.
Mohammed Mubarak Muntaka is the Interior Minister. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM, live from our studio in Adabraka, here in Accra. In the northern region, you can listen to us on Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba. In the Upper East region, we're on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. And in the Northeast region, we're on Nobia FM 98.1 FM in Nalerugu. Ahead in the bulletin, abandoned toll booths along the Kaswa Highway and Tema Motorway deteriorate into shelters for mentally challenged persons. We have details shortly. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Mumu or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. This is the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM, broadcasting from Adabraka in Accra. We're heard live around the world on citinewsroom.com and across our partner stations in the country. In more stories, Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sami Gyamfi, has disclosed that small-scale gold exports carried out by the board in collaboration with the Bank of Ghana between January and August 2025 amounted to 66.7 tons. He says the exports have an estimated value of $6.3 billion. Sami Gyamfi made the announcement while delivering a speech at the maiden edition of the Mining and Minerals Convention.
Since January up to the end of August 2025, small-scale gold exports undertaken by or through the Gold Board, working closely with the Bank of Ghana, have hit a record high of 66.7 tons, with an export value of approximately $6.3 billion United States dollars. What this means is that the volume and value of small-scale gold exports from January to August 2025 alone have exceeded the total small-scale gold export outing for the whole of the year 2024. That is from January to December, which stood at 63 tons with a value of about $4.6 billion United States dollars. It is also instructive to note that the small-scale gold exports continue to surpass those from the large-scale mining sector, which stood at 65.1 tons with an estimated value of approximately $5.6 billion United States dollars for the period between January and August 2025.
Now, Sami Gyamfi also announced that his outfit, in collaboration with the Bank of Ghana, will begin partnering with local refineries to process gold from October 2025. According to him, the initiative is expected to enhance value addition in the sector and strengthen Ghana's economic resilience.
Let me commend the Chamber of Mines for expressing their willingness to work with us to ensure the local refining of gold produced by large-scale mining firms in the country. The Gold Board will continue to drive innovation. And in this regard, ladies and gentlemen, we have secured a parcel of land at the cargo village at the Kotoka International Airport to build an ultramodern ISO-certified assay laboratory with the aim of changing Ghana's assay regime from SRF and water density to the golden standard of assay, fire assay, for all gold, both small scale and large scale, produced in or exported from Ghana. I am happy to inform you that on that same parcel of land secured by the Gold Board, we will be building a wholly state-owned and international standard gold refinery to further advance the local refining of gold, transitioning Ghana from the export of dowry to bullion.
You heard the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sami Gyamfi. Away from that, the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE, has warned that core values such as faith and morality are being eroded by negative influences. Deputy Chairman for General Services at the NCCE, Victor Brobe, cites the rise of internet fraud, money rituals and manipulative religious leaders exploiting the vulnerable, among other forms of social misconduct, as concerning examples. He raised these issues at the Commission's first national dialogue held here in Accra.
What we are experiencing today is not just a mere lapse in values. It is in some ways a crisis of moral direction. The moral compass that directs our society, shaped by tradition, shaped by religion, shaped by a deep sense of communal responsibility, is gradually being replaced by a new order, one that glorifies wealth regardless of its source. Our young people are under immense pressure to acquire wealth by any means necessary. What used to be fringe behavior, scamming, internet fraud, sakawa, ritual money practices, have really crept into mainstream youth culture. Internet fraud is no longer frowned upon in many communities. It is now almost seen as a symbol of intelligence, and even worse, a path to respect and influence. And the rise of rogue religious leaders promising instant wealth through magical and manipulative spiritual means has only added fuel to this fire. It's only conflated the distinction between appropriate moral behavior and inappropriate immoral behavior.
You heard the voice of Victor Brobe, the Deputy Chairman for General Services at the National Commission for Civic Education. Now, abandoned toll booths along the Kaswa Highway and Tema Motorway have deteriorated into shelters for vulnerable individuals, including mentally challenged persons, and are now littered with piles of garbage. The situation is further worsened by the collapsing gantries of the toll booths. Commuters are therefore raising serious concerns about their safety when using these roads. Citi News' Sarah Pia visited the site and filed the following report.
Once a bustling collection point for road tolls, the toll booth now stands in ruins, its structure decaying and a growing risk to public safety. Samuel Baini, a taxi driver who frequently uses the stretch, shared a near-injury experience while driving past the structure.
When driving past, parts of the canopy occasionally fall off. I was nearly struck by one of the fallen fragments on my way from Accra some time ago. If you are unlucky, you could get hit, which might even cause an accident.
Channel 1 News also encountered mentally ill persons who appear to have taken up residence within the structure.
Mentally ill individuals have taken over the booths and turned them into filthy shelters. We want to call government attention to this. If toll collection is no longer manual, the authorities should come and demolish the structures.
Especially in the night, yeah, when taking steps or something, you might see someone in there and then you feel like maybe there's going to be an attack, like a thief or something. So it's not safe. The security must do something about it. Yeah, but then nobody's saying anything.
Despite the Roads Ministry's announcement of a return to tolling after its suspension in 2021, it insists on transitioning to an automated tolling system. With no plans to resume manual toll collection, many are questioning the continued existence of these booths, especially on some of the country's busiest roads. The absence of street lighting on these highways makes matters worse. Without proper illumination, especially at night, unfamiliar drivers risk crashing into them. On the Tema Motorway, the situation is no better. Piles of garbage now fill the abandoned booths, with one even serving as a shelter for a homeless man. Vehicles no longer pass beneath the canopies. Instead, traffic has been diverted to the sides of the road, while the central lanes remain idle. In some cases, vehicles even park under the collapsing canopy structures. On a number of occasions, trucks have crashed into the abandoned booths, causing severe accidents and claiming lives. Although the Ghana Highway Authority carried out a demolition exercise of the booths in 2023, some structures still remain. Farouk, a truck driver, says the booths now serve as a space for weed smokers.
They should come and renovate this place. People now use it for smoking weed and other drugs, and mentally ill persons are also living there.
The National Road Safety Authority, NRSA, says the Roads Ministry is planning to dismantle these obsolete structures to make way for a modern electronic tolling system. However, no specific timeline has been announced.
We got in touch with them concerning the unused toll booths, and they've assured us that they are currently preparing or making preparation to deploy an automated interconnected tolling station. They are doing the procurement and other facilitation. And so they are saying that when they are sure that that one is on board, then they will now do away with the physical toll booth that has been erected. They are preparing to cool them down, but the timelines is not in our hands. And so when we think commuters will be in an immediate risk, we will also rally them to pull that one down. But I don't think now it is all of them that put a very immediate risk to commuters.
Concerns raised about mentally challenged individuals living in the toll booths, the NRSA says it will coordinate with law enforcement agencies to alert and protect road users.
So we'll do advocacy for drivers, commuters to be careful when they're approaching such places. And then we'll see how we'll collaborate with Ghana Police or whoever the authority is to at least go and see to it that the madmen will not use that place for their habitat.
My colleague Sarah Pierre filed that report. Meanwhile, the Ghana Toll Workers Union says the suspension of tolling in 2021 has caused severe financial hardship for over 800 of its members. The union's General Secretary, Edward Duncan, says efforts to get the previous government to honor its promise of paying stipends to members were unsuccessful.
It plunged into serious hardship. It's been one problem to the other. People cannot pay school fees. They cannot send their wards to hospitals when they are sick. We were promised, when this closure happened, we were promised that we are going to be paid every month until we have found an alternate livelihood. So I was using that as a leverage to speak to landlords and promise them that the government will pay us eventually, so they should just hang on for the tenants. And so I had to intervene for a lot of people, and then it got to a point where it became like a lie, because we were holding the government to its word, and then it disappointed us.
That was the General Secretary of the Ghana Toll Workers Union, Edward Duncan. Now, the Electoral Commission says it has not yet received forms from aspirants seeking to contest the September 30 by-election in the Tamale Central constituency. The by-election has been necessitated by the passing of the constituency's former Member of Parliament, Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed. Over the weekend, the National Democratic Congress held its internal primaries and elected Professor Ali Muhammad Seidu, a political science lecturer at the University of Ghana, as its candidate. The New Patriotic Party, however, has announced that it will not contest the election. The Electoral Commission has stated that submission of forms ends tomorrow. In more news, the Office of the National Chief Imam has warned Trasaco Limited and other developers to immediately stop encroaching on land reserved for an educational complex at Boteman in Tema West. The warning follows government intervention that reclaimed the land after years of illegal occupation. Officials say the encroachment had delayed construction and created security risks for a nearby basic school. Speaking on behalf of the Chief Imam, Alhaji Sadiq Gimala, acting chairman of the Council of Zongo Chiefs, thanked the president for the successful reclamation.
This parcel of land was allocated to the Muslim community in Tema for the purpose of ultra-modern university educational institution complex. Due to the lack of following up of the delay, the land was encroached, and we are warning everybody, institution on all the sides to stay clear of the land and not to encroach on the land anymore. The said land is for the Muslim Ummah under the spiritual leader of His Eminence the National Chief Imam, Dr. Usmanu Sharubutu.
Acting Chairman of the Council of Zongo Chiefs, Alhaji Sadiq Gimala. And in this edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka here in Accra. For more news, log on to our website, citinewsroom.com. I'm Charles Osukumi. Thank you for listening.
Citi News, we speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302-224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.
Citi 97.3.